Welcome back everybody to Myelin and me. Now, or should I say PIP and me, because this is part 5. So you survived the PIP assessment. Take a deep breaths now, right? Okay, because now comes the waiting game. In this video, I'm going to take you step by step through what happens after the assessment. How to check about, what's been written about you, and a brief timeline about, what happens next really, and how long you've got to wait. So the waiting game. Once your assessment is done, the assessor sends a report back to the DWP. This is called a PA4 report. You don't automatically get a copy, because why would you? But you can ring the DWP and ask for one. And I recommend you do, to be honest with you, because you can see what's been written about you before the decision is made. Okay, so the usual time is about 6 to 12 weeks before a decision is made. Sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's not so fast. So patience is key, really. So, the DWP, they don't do anything quick, do they? But when you get the PA4, don't panic if it looks a bit negative. Remember, it's just a recommendation. The decision maker usually follows this, but not always. So go through each descriptor and check whether what you said matches what has been written, really. So highlight anything that's been missing or exaggerated or something like that. It's not about getting angry at this point. It's about being prepared. Okay, so remember that you're preparing just in case the worst happens. So your decision letter, it will arrive in the classic brown envelope, so we all know what it is. And inside you'll see the points that you've been awarded for daily living and mobility. To get the standard rate, you need 8 points. To get the enhanced rate, you need 12. So if you're happy, brilliant, celebrate. Maybe have a couple of biscuits and a cup of tea. If you're not, don't panic, because these are the next steps, okay? So you can do a mandatory reconsideration. Okay, if you disagree with the decision, the first step is called the mandatory reconsideration, which is you have 1 month from the date of the letter to request it. Okay, so you can do this by phone, but always follow it up in writing. Always, you've done it twice then, and you've covered yourself. Sometimes decisions are changed at that stage, so if not, don't worry, because you can appeal. So we've got a couple of bites at the cherry here. So appeals that go to a tribunal. It sounds scary, but many people actually win at this stage. You'd be surprised. It's an independent sort of decision as well. So it's basically marking the DWP's homework, really. So you've got that as well, which you can do. Again, give the DWP a ring and tell them that's what you want to do. So this is part of the process that can feel the longest and the most draining. You've already opened your life at once. Now you're waiting for strangers to decide what you get. And I know it's bad, isn't it? But remember, whatever the outcome is, it doesn't define what you're worth, okay? And your symptoms are real, okay? So don't ever think, just because you haven't got something, someone else doesn't agree with you, that your symptoms are not real. Keep going. So that's part 5, basically. If you found this helpful, please drop me a like and a subscribe maybe. And, we'll go into part 6 next time. You've been awarded everything, and where do you go from here? But just remember, this is not legal advice. This is my personal experience, okay? So, I can't give legal advice. I wish I could. I'd have a lot of money then, wouldn't I? But no, this is my personal experience with PIP. So, I'll see you on the next one. Part 6, take care of yourself, and if you're waiting for your big brown envelope, then good luck with it.